YonoWorld.
You know it.
Hey, I'm YonoWorld, and this is question and answer time. Seb Bargwin, who I've met. Hi Seb. What is your favorite kind of stormtrooper? I think as of now, my favorite kind of stormtrooper is the Sith Trooper. That's my favorite kind right now. Sasa Maki asks, first of all, welcome to the YouTube madness. I hope you'll have a great time. Would you like to tell us any memories that you have shared with Carrie Fisher? I just love when people talk about her and can't get enough of it. Thank you and may the force be with you. Well, with Carrie, it was, she lit up the place everywhere she went. With her liveliness, with her stories and charisma. I remember we were at one of her parties. We were upstairs with my wife talking with some people, and we missed, there was this whole raffle auction thing going on downstairs. So when we get downstairs, we're like, hey, what happened? Did we miss it? And Carrie came to us and gave Mila this very cute designer bag. But it was this small dog in that bag, and she gave it to Mila. I was really impressed by how she took everyone into consideration always. She was so giving, and so she had so much love in her, and we really miss her. And Elias Huvila, hi Jonas, I'm also Finnish. Hyvä tietää. And I have a question for you. What is the fondest or the most precious memory you have from the set of Star Wars? Well, my fondest memory has to be when my son came to visit the set. When I was dressed in costume, in character, and we were shooting in, I think it was in Black Park, near Pinewood Studios, and my son just appears with his bunny ears, and I get to lift him up in front of the whole crew, and the extras were all looking and cheering, and it was the greatest moment. I got to share that with my family, with my wife and my son, and I think my dad was there too, actually. That must have been one of the greatest moments of shooting Star Wars. Hi, Matt Draco. Hi from Sydney, Australia, Jonas. What has been the best advice given to you so far from someone in the film industry? All the best. I think the best advice I ever got was from Carrie Fisher. We were flying from Los Angeles to London for the premiere of Force Awakens. And on that flight, I was talking to Carrie. She said that in today's world, you really gotta be engaging the fans. You really gotta be out there for them, because they're there for you, and everything in the world of the internet is immediate. And so she really gave me useful advice. Also, Harrison Ford told me once that do it for the money. That was also great advice. I'll tell you that story later. Purple Grizzly. How has being part of the production of Star Wars affected your view of the magic of it? Did anything change? Did your appreciation grow? Thank you for being a part of something so special to us and for honoring that co-pilot seat. It means a lot. Brian. Thank you, Brian. I have always admired larger-than-life productions and movies and stories. And when I got on set of Star Wars, I was so taken away after graduating from film school at Penn State. And then I got to see how those techniques that we were taught in school were being used on a large scale. So if feeling is more like I still can't believe that I'm a part of it. So I'm like, even now, some days I have to sort of pinch myself. That is this really real? It doesn't feel real, you know? I'm seeing a keyboard in the background. Can you play piano? And if so, could you do it in a future video? Can I play a keyboard? That is an interesting question. Maybe I can. I have been practicing piano for some time, and perhaps we'll hear some of that soon. How was it working with Alden Ehrenreich in Solo? I love that film, and I think you guys were great together on screen. I do too. So glad you're doing this channel. Well, thank you. With Alden, it was, as you would expect, great. The way he dedicated himself to, stepping into those big shoes and trying to make it his own with a glint in his eye, just like Harrison. I think he really nailed the part. So yeah, it was great working with Alden. Very professional, very good guy. Can't wait to see him again. Lauren Lewis. First of all, thank you for bringing everyone's favorite Wookiee to life. You are an inspiration to many on and off the screen. I was wondering what your reaction was when you found out that Chewbacca was receiving his long-awaited medal. Also, what is the most important lesson that you have learned throughout Star Wars journey so far? And if you could hang out with Chewie for a day, what would you do together? Well, Lauren Lewis, that is 3 questions. You were allowed 1. I'm just kidding. When I heard about the medal, I was really excited. Finally, justice would be served. Chewbacca would finally get recognition. What is the most important lesson you learned so far throughout your Star Wars journey? I think the most important thing is to appreciate the things that you have, which seem like they've been there always. For example, Star Wars fans, like these, it seems like they're there everywhere, but really it's important as ever to notice that and give credit to where credit's due. So thank you. And if you could hang out for a Chewie with one day, what would you do together? Whoa, I think, would I bring him to my home and would we do stuff that I do? Or would we go on the Millennium Falcon and go smuggle some spices? I think the answer here is I'd ask him to take me for a ride, yeah, definitely. And I'd probably want to sit on the pilot seat because it's been tradition, or so. You sit over there and I'll sit over here, okay? And hope he wouldn't rip my arms off. I'd definitely let him win on the chess game, definitely. Was there anything about playing Chewbacca that surprised you? The heat? Were there any specific details you had to look out for, or maybe something with the language? I mean, the whole thing about playing Chewie was to match in spirit the performance that Peter had done. So that was the whole thing, the challenge of playing. When Peter had been hurt in Empire Strikes Back, they had brought a double to shoot some scenes, and they had to reshoot all of those because the man couldn't move like Peter did, and the shots didn't match. So you needed to, when I stepped into Force Awakens, I really knew that that was my #1 job. And my #1 fear was to somehow not be able to move like that. Jonas, what's the longest you ever had to stay in that Wookiee suit? Must have been hot. I think 4 hours when we were shooting Solo. We were in Ventura. The most grueling times have been when we're inside and there really isn't any airflow. So that really makes things steamy and boiling. So excited, Ninja Man 285. So excited about this YouTube channel, Mr. Sotamo. My question is, what was your favorite scene to film as Chewbacca? My favorite scene was in Solo when Lando gets shot, and L3 as well, and Chewbacca runs to get them. And I got to really show my running abilities. Do you have any favorite sci-fi movies besides Star Wars? My favorite sci-fi show besides Star Wars is Stranger Things on Netflix. I agree. Great show. Yeah, my favorite sci-fi film is 2001: A Space Odyssey. Okay, last question for today. This is fun. Lorraine Rose, this is so cool of you to do for the fans. I know you answered this for, I think, question. You asked for Chewie's lines. Were they actual sentences or were they just like making noise that sounds like you answered? Is it true that Chewbacca's voice is produced by a combo of bear growls? Yes, most of the time Chewbacca's noise is a recording of a bear, as far as I know. And the only answer I get all the time is that it was a bear in the 70s, somewhere in California. They recorded this black bear. But yeah, I do. Actually, my voice did make it to one scene in The Rise of Skywalker. Can you find out what scene that is? If you can, you'll be very good, because I was surprised to hear it as well. But but yeah, this I do a sort of proxy for the noise, so that Matt Wood and David Acord could they can choose based on my performance on set what kind of sound should they go for. And yeah, I'm happy that I'll be able to help them in that way. Okay, that's it for the Q&A for today. Thank you so much, guys, for your questions. I'll be looking at the first video again, and I'll probably be doing another question and answer session. But thanks, guys, for taking the time out. And if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And see you next time, guys.